A very, very good evening. A very good evening to you in the fan zone. Give us a big cheer tonight. Brilliant. I know loads of you are ready for kick-off tonight. Everton versus Newcastle, 7:45 kick-off inside Goodison. If you're watching at home, welcome. Thank you for your support as well. Don't forget, fans supporting food banks are here in the fan zone. Every single home game, we know they do fantastic work right across Merseyside. So if you can, when you come to a home game, try and bring something along. And a special mention to Dave Kelly as well, because he might be watching tonight. I hope you're feeling better very soon. I'll tell you what we've got coming up in the fan zone in just a moment. But as ever, my friend Sarah Halpin is inside Goodison. Sarah, what have you got coming up?
Thanks, Giulia. Yes, I hope you're all having a great time there in the fan zone, building up towards this huge game tonight, under the lights versus Newcastle United. We all know the magnitude of this game, and I'm sure this place is going to be absolutely bouncing tonight. So to lead us towards kick-off, we've got a jam-packed show coming up for you, including in form Katia Snoyce, Everton women's striker, who's absolutely on fire just now. She's going to be joining us live. We'll have Jim Pearson, former Everton and Newcastle striker, Nikki McGee from Everton in the Community, who are going to be launching a brand new programme next week, and much, much more. We'll hear from a player before the match, and of course the manager. So much coming your way to keep you entertained ahead of this one, so stick with us. Hope you enjoy the show. Back to you guys in the fan zone.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Yeah, loads to come from inside Goodison, but loads for you here as well if you're in the fan zone, so stay with us as long as you can. We're going to get you in the mood. Someone down there is already in the mood, making loads of noise. Brilliant. I love it. Give us a cheer, lads. Fantastic. That's what we want to see. Loads coming up for you. I'm going to bring you the team news first. As soon as Sean Dyche gives us the nod, we will let you know his starting 11 for tonight. We're going to have more music from the Jjohns. We'll tell you a bit more about the latest Everton in the Community project. And as ever, we always meet fans from afar, don't we? So we'll be meeting some of the fans who have travelled quite a distance. And a shout out to a lovely couple I met before from West Virginia who were here for their very first game. I tell you what, they've been treated to a special one, haven't they? Higher or lower coming up, it's our regular competition. It's your chance to win a stadium tour for two people as well. Now, I can see a lot of blue faces, a lot of blue hair that I don't think maybe you arrived with tonight. But wow, what a team greet that was to the team bus tonight. I would love to ask Sean Dyche what he made of that, because that's his first experience of it. Were any of you in the fan zone outside cheering the lads in tonight? Oh, give us a louder cheer than that. Were you cheering them on? Fantastic. I mean, it was brilliant. I don't know where the bagpiper came from that was playing Z Cars, but that was amazing. I tried to get in next to the coach to have a bit of a look, but I couldn't properly see because it was just a sea of blue all the way down Goodison Road. So I really hope that that has inspired the lads. I'm sure it has. I'm sure they saw many of you with your flags, your banners, your scarves, your hats on, willing them to get on tonight, and I'm sure they will absolutely appreciate it. And when you get in tonight, I know they're asking everyone to try and get in as soon as possible, about 7:15. So that's quite lucky because we finish at 7:15 in the fan zone. Get in, cheer the lads on as well in their warm-up, and let them know that the whole of Goodison is behind them. I'm sure as well, like me, whenever you're travelling around Liverpool, you might check out how Bramley Moor Dock's getting on, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like a stadium now, so we know exactly what it is. And this week, there's been a special ceremony. It was a topping out ceremony. Here's some of the details.
Milestones down here at the new Everton Stadium site just keep cropping up, and today it's all about the topping out ceremony. Like most of you watching, I'm sure, I don't really know what a topping out ceremony is, but as always down here, I'm joined by a man who does, project director Gareth Jakes. What's it all about?
Hi Darren.
Nice to see you.
And you? So the topping out ceremony is a traditional ceremony in the construction industry. When a superstructure reaches its highest point, we finish the last section of steel or the last concrete slab, we pass over a fir tree over the top of the structure. It's an ancient tradition which goes back to sort of Native America and then Scandinavia, and it's folklore that it brings good luck to the occupants and the building itself for many years to come. So that's why we hold a topping out ceremony.
Practically as well, Gareth, it was a chance to just acknowledge the efforts of so many staff, and it's important, that, isn't it?
It really is, and personally for me, I love the topping out ceremony because it really is entirely focused on the workforce and what the construction team have achieved to get to that point. So with the support of our designers, our supply chain partners and our office colleagues, what you see out here is what the construction team have delivered, and in our case, in 90 weeks, which is phenomenal.
For somebody like me that doesn't know anything about construction, and we were just speaking off camera about when we were filming down here, when the warehouses were being knocked down and when the divers were going into the dock, this is a miracle. Incredible.
It's hard to imagine that day one. Within the first week, we started doing the preparation for the site. So to get from what effectively was a dock full of water to this stage, you know, I'm incredibly proud of everybody involved, and genuinely think that what the team are delivering is just going to be a fantastic stadium, which I think the fans will love.
Absolutely, the fans even love it now, and it's important to keep all the staff, everybody that's contributed, engaged, isn't it? And I suppose that's what part of the topping out ceremony is all about.
Well, it's all about it, absolutely, Darren, because you know what we do isn't easy. You know,
say that again.
We've got some of the best people in the industry. Some of the engineering that we adopt at Langer Rourke is very cutting edge, but this site in particular is very difficult because of the exposure to the wind next to the estuary. It's been difficult conditions for the workforce, and bearing in mind what you see now is a result of doing some really difficult substructure work through the winter months when it was rain, hail, very windy, and not pleasant conditions at all. So to do that and keep slightly ahead of schedule is extremely impressive.
Well, part of the traditional topping out ceremony down here at the new Everton Stadium site was a bit of ceremonial cement or concrete shovelling carried out by our key stadium development officer, Colin Chong. You were under a bit of pressure there, Colin, because you had quite an audience.
I did, yeah. I also done some limbering up as well, just to make sure I didn't pull me back out.
Just tell us what that was all about.
So it's more of a, I suppose, goes way back, and it's all about good luck. And normally you can do it when you either get to the top of the steel structure or when you get to the top of a concrete structure. The fact that we've got a combination of steel and concrete structures, the contractor felt it was appropriate that the guys who put all the concrete together have now finished. We do the top and out ceremony for those guys, recognising that there's still some more steel work to go in. So that's what that was all about, and the last little bit of concrete is normally put in by a member of the client.
With a golden shovel? With
a golden shovel, which we're going to have to get polished back up again and put in a frame, I should imagine. And it's a real milestone. I mean, any builders do top and out ceremonies for any building that they feel is appropriate. But to do it for a Premiership football stadium, and in such circumstances where the relationship with the contractor is absolutely fantastic. We're on programme, we're on budget, we're doing everything we said we would do, we've done, and it's been a proper collaboration. To do it in those circumstances is brilliant. It's a proper shared responsibility, and Langs, in fairness to them, have taken on their role and their responsibilities like wholeheartedly and doing everything really professionally. And just to be part of that top and out ceremony, it is a milestone. And there'll be other milestones. We have to think about when we get watertight. We also have to think about when the power goes on and all this sort of stuff. But the top and out is probably the most significant, I'd suggest.
Yeah, it's looking absolutely brilliant now, isn't it, that stadium? Thank you to Darren there as well for telling us a bit more about what topping out is, because I didn't actually know. So we've all learned something tonight. I am told I can give you the team news very, very soon. So I've just got time for some score predictions, and I found some lads that are really excited about the game tonight. So I think I'll get them to give me a score prediction. What's your name?
Lucas.
Lucas, and how old are you, Lucas?
I'm 9.
You're 9. And who is your favourite Everton player?
Damari Gray.
Damari Gray, good choice. And is this your friend? It's your cousin. What's your name, cousin?
Jacob.
Jacob, how old are you, Jacob?
I'm 9.
You're 9. And who's your favourite player?
Jordan Pickford.
Jordan Pickford, he's always very popular in the fan zone. All right then, lads, what do you think? Are you feeling positive? Were you there for the team bus welcome tonight?
Yeah.
Were you shouting and screaming, saying, come on the lads?
Yeah.
Brilliant. What's your score prediction then?
2-1 Everton.
2-1 to Everton. And what about you?
1-0 Everton.
1-0 Everton. We just want to take the 3 points, really, don't we, tonight? We're not really bothered. How many goals? Lovely. Will you enjoy the game? I think I've got some more very excited lads. Come round here. Come round here. And these have been telling me they're part of the Everton Academy. And you got to play with the first team the other week, didn't you, at Finch Farm? What was that like?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Who did you meet?
All of them.
All of them. Did you meet Jordan Pickford?
I never.
You didn't. Oh, who did you meet that you liked?
And set Michaelenko and Pickford.
Yeah, but you met most of them. Brilliant. What an experience that is. Well, you've been really excitable tonight in the fan zone. Were you there for the team bus arriving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you give them a cheer and did you wave your flags and things?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, then. I think you're quite positive. You're quite excited for the game. Give me your score predictions then.
1-0 Everton.
Brilliant.
2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton.
1-0 Everton.
1-0 Everton. All going for a win. That's what I like. Brilliant. What's your message? If the lads can hear you inside now, what would you say to them if you were giving the team talk?
Up the toffees.
Brilliant. We love it. I hope that's what Sean Dyche says to them. I think you wanted to give me a score prediction. Do you want to come over here as well? What's your name?
Frank.
And how old are you?
8.
You're 8. Who's your favourite Everton player?
Michael Keane.
Michael Keane, brilliant. Scored a cracking goal, didn't he, as well, against Spurs. What do you think's going to happen tonight? Are you feeling positive?
Yeah, it's going to be 2-1 to Everton.
2-1. We're getting a lot of 2-1s, 1-0s tonight, so maybe that's the vibe. Would you like to give me a score prediction? What's your name?
Sky.
Sky, how old are you, Sky? You've got a bit of blue on you. Were you outside cheering the... I can see you've got some of the blue on you. What experience was that like to see the bus come in?
Great.
Great, wasn't it? And I think it will just make the difference tonight. All right, Sky, who's your favourite player?
Alex Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi, very cool. And what do you think is going to happen tonight? What's your score prediction?
3-1.
3-1, brilliant. That's fantastic. I hope you're all right because you're all giving me really good score predictions. There's some little ones over there. Do you want to give me a score prediction? Yeah? Come on over here. I don't think I've ever had a pigeon live in the fan zone. There we go. What's your name? What's your name?
Aiden.
You have to think about that there. Who's your favourite Everton player? Michaelenko. And did you see the team bus coming in?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you did. We love that attitude. Were you shouting and cheering for them?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And are you feeling happy about the game? What do you think the score's going to be tonight?
1-1.
1-1. Okay, a point. All right. Yeah, all right. We're allowed to... Oh, that's not gone down well in the fans. Hang on a minute. All right. Well, you never know. A point might be enough, but we would like the 3 tonight. Anyone else think there might be a win tonight? Come over here, lads, quickly. I'm hearing they're going to give me team news. So what's your name?
James.
James, who's your favourite player?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. I'm very confused. Oh, we can't ask you for a score prediction. I'm sorry. Have we got an Everton fan? Go on then. Do you think Everton are going to win? Be very careful how you answer this.
Yes.
Everton are going to win tonight. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Anyone else want to give me a very, very quick score prediction? Him. Come over here, little one. What's your name, sweetheart?
Teddy.
And how old are you?
5.
You're 5. Go on then. What do you think the score's going to be tonight? And if it's an Everton win, give him a big cheer. What's the score going to be?
It's going to be cheering.
2-0 to Everton. Hooray! Fantastic. All right, we have got team news for you. I want to hear a big cheer for the lads. This is how Sean Dyche is lining Everton up tonight. Here we go. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 5, Michael Keane. Number 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 8, Amadou Onana. Number 9, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Number 16, Abdoulaye Doucouré. 17, Alex Iwobi. 19, Vitaly Mikalenko. 22, Ben Godfrey. And 27, Idrissa Gana Gueye. That's how we line up tonight. Here's the Blues subs bench. 15, Asmir Begovic. 3, Nathan Patterson. 11, Damari Gray. 13, Yerry Mina. 20, Neil Mopé. 26, Tom Davis. 30, Connor Cody. 37, James Garner. And number 50, Ellis Sims. Okay, let's see how the visitors... We've got a very feisty fan zone tonight. Here we go. This is how Newcastle line up. 22, Nick Pope. 2, Kieran Trippier. 4, Sven Botman. 5, Fabian Schär. 7, Joel Linton. 9, Callum Wilson. 13, Matt Targett. 24, Miguel Almiron. 28, Joe Willock. 36, Sean Longstaff. And 39, Bruno Gimenez. That's the starting 11 for Newcastle. This is the substitutes bench. This one might be interesting. Number 1, Martin Dubravka. 6, Jamal Lascelles. 8, Anthony Gordon. 11, Matt Ritchie. I thought that might happen. 14, Alexander Isaac. 19, Javier Manquillo. Number 23, Jacob Murphy. 32, Elliot Anderson. And 33, Dan Burns. So that's how the visitors line up tonight. I'm really enjoying the atmosphere in this fan zone tonight. It feels a good one. I think we're in for a party tonight, and I think we might be in for 3 points. Let's just take a little look at one of our new projects now with Everton in the community. We know they do amazing work. We've seen here quite a lot of the veterans work going on. Well, Sarah's been finding out about a new project that's helping female veterans. Over to you, Sarah.
I'm so delighted to be joined by Nikki McGee now from Everton in the community and veteran as well. Now, Nikki is truly an inspirational woman. We had the privilege of talking last year over International Women's Day. Thank you so much for joining us here pitchside to talk about the new programme that's going to be launching next week with Everton in the community. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Stand By Her?
Yeah, so Stand By Her is an arm from the Everton Veterans Provision Programme. It's going to be launched next week. We're really excited. It's a programme specifically for women who have served both regular and reserves across the Liverpool City region. So what we know now is that there are about 5,000 to 6,000 women in this region who are veterans, and currently we find it really difficult to engage them. Yeah. Many different reasons, maybe the just lack of awareness of programmes, sessions, organisations. But it goes deeper than that. There may be reasons why women don't engage when there's programmes that offer activities that are dominated by males. Yeah. So we're creating one just for females.
I think that's absolutely incredible because it's quite staggering, really. You know, as you said, even in this 5,000 veterans, women, and there's not really been too much that's designed specifically for women, and that's the whole reason behind Stand By Her, isn't it? And, you know, I know everyone's so excited to get involved. Yourself serving for 8.5 years, yeah. You know the importance of having community and people to support and around you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the engagement already has just been overwhelming. So we've got in excess of 35 women who've reached out pre-launch. So, you know, it's definitely a need for it. You know, we work with so many amazing organisations in this region, support organisations that we use as referral pathways. We're one massive team. Yeah. So we're just, you know, adding to that provision and having that programme where it's a safe space to come, like-minded women, come together, a bit of banter, some activities across physical, social and mental health, and we just see where it goes, you know. So we're really excited to get started next week.
It's incredible, and, you know, we'll tell everyone what to do to get involved because, as I said, there's 5,000, and, you know, something I think is absolutely so important, Nikki, is having like-minded people. You've just touched on that there, the community, the camaraderie of having shared experience that isn't normal for everybody. You know, we haven't all been through what you women, amazing women, have been through, and that is so key, isn't it? So for anyone who's watching who wants to get involved, eagerly, you know, encourage people to come and meet like-minded women.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I joined at 16, and it never leaves you. We're all cut from the same cloth, men and women in that sense. And resurrecting those memories and experiences from the military is really important. So we're creating that environment, and we're just asking you to come and join us, come and get involved. You know, it's an open programme, loads of different things coming up, and you know, keep an eye out on the website. Stand By Her it's called, and that was named by a participant. So this programme is actually going to be co-designed by the women on the programme, so they own it. Amazing. You know, so it's something that we're going to do to there and roll it forward. So yeah.
Amazing, Nikki. Honestly, I'm inspired by talking to you, hearing you say that, you know, you signed up at 16. I'm in absolute awe of you. You're an incredible woman, and to the 5,000 others women who've, you know, done service for their country, you are absolutely incredible. And thank you for making this safe space for women, and best of luck with the programme. Everybody, you want to get involved, keep your eyes out across socials. It's going to be next week. We want you there. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Back to you, Giulia.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. And a big thank you to Nikki there for all the work she's doing with the female veterans as well. Absolutely fantastic. As ever, we're so proud of Everton in the community. Still to come, higher or lower? If you've not been in the fan zone before, it's our regular quiz. It's quite simple. The answer's either higher or lower, and it's your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people. So I'll be looking for some contestants very soon. Let's get some music, though, to keep us in the party mood ahead of tonight's game against Newcastle. Please welcome back the Jjohns.
Thank you. 1 2 1 2. Well, haven't you all been told about the Queen of County Road, the bestest girl around? You smile lit up the town. She was so fine. I tell her all the time. Wouldn't you like to know this girl never grew old? She brought along sunshine. I'm so glad she is mine. Look in her eyes. She walks by. And oh, the way she walks, oh, the way she talks. She always was around. You never let me down when I needed you. Was always there, yeah, yeah, yeah. So the story has been told about the Queen of County Road. Oh, if you're listening, and not if you're there, I love you, love you, love you, love you. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that, our mic went on. Yeah, we'll play the blues one now anyway. Remember days back in '66, won the cup with Catholic and Kendall's boys of '84. Now picture Royal coming back for more. All together now, all together now, all together now. Forever turn, spirit stronger with the blues today. We're gonna play the Everton way. Golden Vision, Dixie Teen. School of Science, by far the greatest team. All together now. All together now. All together now. Forever turn. All together now. All together now. All together now. Forever turn. And Newcastle look like they're on the counter-attack, but Iwobi's won it back. Iwobi's on the ball, he tries through the middle. Gives it to DCL, and DCL gives it back to Iwobi. Iwobi's in and he slots it. And the Blues are 1-0 up. Come on! All together now. Forever turn. Thank you. Nice shot.
Fantastic from the Jjohns. Also, do you fancy being a commentator? I love that. Absolutely loved it. And I hope that's kind of, you know, a key of what happen later. Will we ask you if it is? Exactly. If it is, we will be asking you for the winning lottery numbers as well, if he's got that right. Brilliant commentary in the middle of a song. I don't think we've ever had that in the fan zone. Fantastic. I'm going to come out in the crowd in a second. I'm going to be looking for anyone who wants to play higher or lower. So if you want to play, give me a wave. I don't know if many of you go to the under-21s games. If you don't, you absolutely should. Paul Tate's doing a brilliant job with our under-21 side. We're going to show you some highlights in a moment from the recent Merseyside derby. And also, we're going to have some extra stuff from inside Goodison coming up. But let's take a look first at the under-21s.
Yeah, a great result there for Paul Tate and the under-21s. Congratulations to them. And now I'm joined pitchside. Absolutely delighted to be joined by former Everton and former Newcastle forward, Jim Pearson. Jim, thank you so much for joining on the show. How does it feel to be back here at Goodison Park?
Oh, I just love it. I love the place. I know they could be moving shortly, but when I first came here, I just loved it, and it's still the same. I know people are born as Evertonians, but I hope I'm accepted as one now because I love everything about this place.
You absolutely are an Evertonian, and even just walking here now, you know, everybody's stopping you saying, all right, Jim, how are you? And, you know, that must feel nice for you to come back to so many warm faces as well.
It's nice because I not only did I play here, but I scouted, did a bit of coaching, I did hospitality. So I've been involved for about 45 years, since I was 3.
God, that's absolutely incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Absolutely love that.
Had the big 7-0 2 weeks ago. Can you believe it?
70. Incredible. Well,
I don't look
many happy returns.
I used to.
You don't look a day over 30 there, Jim, to be honest with you. But obviously it's a massive game, and you know, you've spoke so fondly there of Everton Football Club, but of course you played for tonight's opponents as well, Newcastle. How are you feeling ahead of this one? Are you a bit nervous?
Well, I'm an Everton man, and unfortunately my wife's a total Geordie, so we live in Newcastle. But it's just, every game's vital. But it's just, I find it quite sad that a club of Everton standing are down where they are. But they've got to stick with it, they've got to fight and just hope we can get through and get something. I mean, Newcastle, I mean, let's be honest, Tottenham were abysmal, but you can't take away the credit because 5 up after 21 minutes is, well, it's unheard of. Yeah. But they've turned the corner, obviously, with a bit of backing, but the new manager's come in, he's done very well.
You know, Sean Dyche has come in and made a difference, and of course, you know, the first game in charge as well. We were here against Arsenal, and nobody really fancied us to get the win that day, which we did. The fans were incredible, and we know there's a lot of talk about the kind of atmosphere there's going to be tonight. You've played here in front of incredible fans. It makes a big difference, doesn't it, Jim?
Oh, it's massive. I've been hearing about the bus coming in tonight, which is massive, and hopefully that sets it up, because get behind the team. If they do go behind, stick behind them, and I'm sure they will, and because they will battle, and there comes a stage where you've got to do that just to try and stay up, which is, again, it's sad.
It is, and just got to say, Jim, as well, as we're here talking now, you can hear the fans starting singing, you know, all the chants on the road. They'll be getting themselves geared up, ready for the coach to arrive. Just on your playing days as well here, obviously in the 70s you played here, Jim, and unfortunately you did have your career cut short prior to with an injury. Yeah. That must have been challenging for you mentally.
It was. I had 4 years here, I loved it, and then I just decided the time was right to move on. To be fair, the manager, Gordon Lee, didn't want me to go, but I just felt it was right. Went to Newcastle, and everything started off well. But then I had an knee problem for years, and it came to the stage where I got told I was finished, you know. I mean, someone will say to me, you didn't play much for Newcastle, did you? And I'll say, sorry? Listen, son. 12 games, 4 goals, average 1 in 3, same as Shearer. And they think, oh, he must have been a player.
Absolutely love that. Same return as Alan Shearer. That's some going. But when you did retire from football as well, you obviously went on to be head of football with Nike in the UK. That is some going, and you really helped, you know, make Nike massive in the UK. That's incredible.
Yeah, you're giving me a lot of credit there, and I just went and I just started from scratch. I got a blank sheet of paper from Brendan Foster, who was heading the company, and I just got on with it. And I'm quite fortunate that I know a lot of people, and I get on with a lot of people, and it just took off from there. And they're obviously missing me now, aren't they? But I loved it. I mean, people say I've never had a proper job, because that was just, I love a job. You know, come in, you're signing players, you're making them work for you, do stuff, and then pushing and it was just fantastic. So I had 13 years there, so it was brilliant.
Incredible. So an incredible career, not just on the pitch, but off it as well. Jim, predictions for tonight, if I could be so, or how do you see this one going tonight?
Newcastle had a bad day at Villa, and then obviously they made up, more than made up for it, but if they're having a bad-ish day, and we can stick with it, I'd like to think we could win 1-0.
Let's hope so. We'll give it everything from the fans. Jim, an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
No, pleasure. Anytime.
A true gent. Thank you so much. Back to you guys in the fan zone. Delighted now to be joined by Akiva Gluck from the Australia Everton Supporters Club. Now, you might remember Akiva, he was on the show last year. Akiva, thank you so much for coming back. And what game was it last year, just to remind everyone?
So I was here for the Chelsea game where we won 1-0. It was an incredible game. I think I was sitting right up there in the corner. So I'm sitting in the Lower Groundley Street today. You know, anything can happen. It's football. This season is so unpredictable. We just don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get a sneaky 1-0 or 2-0 victory. Who knows? If Dom's playing, if he is scoring, we might get that one extra goal. So we'll see what happens.
Let's hope you can be a good luck omen for us today. High pressure again, of course, as it was last season. And you saw the mighty Blues get a 1-0 win. How we would love that scoreline again tonight. But we've got the Australian Supporters Club flag here, which we're proudly sporting. And, of course, Everton were in your homeland in the summer. But you weren't there. You were actually at the World Cup. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, first a shout out to Justin, John and Lee. They did a fantastic job organising all the events together with the club in Australia. It was really a phenomenal tour. You know, a lot of Blues came out to support in Sydney. It was just an incredible tournament. We were able to raise, I think, over $10,000 for charity to, the Gary Stevens charity. It was just phenomenal. It was really fantastic. In Qatar, it was actually unbelievable. The amount of Everton supporters that were there. Like, I'll be walking around with my Australian Everton Supporter Club flag, just wearing it when I went to watch England-Wales. And I had like 3 or 4 Blues fans just mob me, and like we got a photo, really nice people, and they all come all the way from Liverpool just to support England. And it's unbelievable to see how many Blues are not just passionate about the club, they're also passionate about the country. And that's the power that we have with Everton. And I think if any way we're going to get over the line today, it's going to be, the extra man is going to be, or the extra woman, I should say, or man or woman, is going to be literally the people in the stands. We need to get behind this club. Forget about what's happened this whole season. Forget about what's been going on behind the scenes. We need to stand behind the club today. This is such an important game today. It's do or die today. We need to win this game today. So that's my take.
Well, that was awe-inspiring, to be honest. That's absolutely the kind of passion that we need heading into this one. And I've just got to bring to your attention as well, as you can see, Akiva has got some blue markings on his face right now. You were out there, obviously, the coach welcome, similar to last season. What was that like?
It was interesting. Last season was obviously we'd never been in that position before, and thankfully we got out of that position and the fans were excited. Today felt a bit more of a nervy feeling, as it's very understandable why. But hopefully, again, anything can happen this season. Teams left, right and centre are beating teams that are higher up above them on the table. So, like I said, we can't have fans going on about what's been going on this whole season. Forget about all of that. Today is about us, and it's about the fans, it's about the team. We need to get behind them. And if we can get behind them early on, and any early goals that can happen, anything can happen today. So I'm being hopeful. I'm predicting a 1-0 again, a 1-0 victory, because that's what happened last time. So hopefully Dom can get us over the line with a sneaky, whether it's a penalty or just a header in the goal. If only we had Super Tim right now to be playing. If only we had Tim Cahill right now playing, then it'll be incredible. But, I'm predicting 1-0 today, Everton victory, but that's just me being a Blue.
Listen, we'll take the optimism. It'd be brilliant if you could bring that good luck again. Akiva, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's, as ever, a genuine pleasure chatting to you.
You too, and hopefully next season we're in the Premier League and we can do this all again.
Thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you, Akiva. Yeah, very, very inspiring team talk there from him, wasn't it? All right, it's time to play higher or lower. Here's my first contestant, young men. What's your name?
Liam.
Liam and...
Will.
And did you see the team bus arrive tonight? Have you seen everybody covered in blue?
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You feeling excited for the game? Fantastic. Stay there. And they'll be playing against... What's your name? Come over here.
Seb.
Seb. And who's your favourite Everton player, Seb?
Tarkowski.
Tarky. He's always popular, isn't he? Great goal against Arsenal. Stay there. You are going to come to you second. So first up, here we go, lads. Are you ready? It's higher or lower. Fan zone, help them out. Some of these are going to be a bit tricky. That's all. I'm going to give you a clue. Think about it. Here we go. This is higher or lower. All right, here's the topic. So it's most Premier League appearances, and Tim Cahill made 226. But do you think Stephen Pienaar was higher or lower? Fan zone, help the lads out. Higher or lower for Pienaar? What are we saying? Oh, some are saying higher, some are saying, look, useless, you lot. Make your minds up. What do you think? They're saying higher. What do you think, lads?
Lower.
You're going to say lower for Stephen Pienaar. OK, we need it lower than 226. Oh, it is. Well done. You've got a point on the board, 189. OK, what about Jags? Phil Jagielka, Premier League appearances. Fan zone, higher, lower? Oh, everyone thinks higher. What do you think?
Higher.
Both saying higher straight away. Is Jags higher? Of course he is. 300 222. You got 2 points on the board. Neville Southall. All right, think about it. Most Premier League appearances, higher or lower, fan zone? What do you think? Premier League appearances?
Lower.
You say lower. You thought about it. Let's have a look. It is 207 because it's Premier League appearances. Tricky one there. Well done. You thought of that. Big dunk. What do we think? Higher or lower, fan zone? Help them out. Are we saying higher? You're loud, aren't you? I hope you're going in the game tonight. Going to cheer that loud. Brilliant. I love it. You're saying higher? Yeah? Okay, what do you think, lads? Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it?
Higher.
Higher? They're going to say higher. Is it higher than 207? It is? Wow, you're doing well. 239 Premier League appearances for Duncan Ferguson. Tony Hibbert, fan zone, higher or lower? The people that are playing against them are saying lower, lower.
Higher.
You're going to say higher for Hibbo. Let's have a look. Is it higher than 239? Of course it is. 265 Premier League appearances for Tony Hibbert. You got a clean sweep. Well done. All right. All the pressure on you, Seb. Come over here. Who are you playing with? Are you going to play on your... Oh, he's left him on his own. Right, we're all going to help you out, Seb. Come over here where you can see the screen. Here we go. And don't worry, I've got a tiebreaker. All right, let's get your cards up. Let's start with your first card. Here we go. Here we go. Right. It will be the same topic. All right, most Premier League appearances. Phil Neville was 242. But what about David Unsworth? What are we saying, Unzi? Higher or lower? They're saying higher. What do you think, Seb?
Higher.
Saying higher. We need it higher than 242. 302. Well done. You got a point on the board. All right, your next card is Aussie, Leon Osman. What are we saying, higher or lower than 302? Lower. They're saying higher over there.
Higher.
You're going to go with higher. Let's have a look. Is Aussie higher than 302? Of course he is. 352. This is the most competitive higher or lower we've ever had. I feel everyone's very invested in it. Here we go. Mikel Arteta, Premier League appearances, higher or lower than 352?
Lower.
Okay, Seb says lower. We need it to be lower. Of course, 174. My goodness, this is close tonight. Joseph Yobo. What do we say, fan zone? Are we saying higher or lower?
Lower.
Most are saying higher, I think. Seb, up to you.
Higher.
Seb says higher. We need it higher than 174. 220. Wow, well done. All right, then. Jordan Pickford. Oh, this is tricky. Fan zone, help him out. Higher or lower for Jordan Pickford? They're saying lower, but it's totally... You're not Googling it. What do you think, Seb?
Lower.
Lower than 220. Let's have a look. It is. Whoa, 211 Premier League appearances for Jordan Pickford. Wow, I don't think we've ever had 2 clean sweeps before on higher or lower. Come over here. I've got a quick tiebreaker for you, lads. Let's see who's going to win the stadium tour for 2 people. Now, I don't think any of you drive, unfortunately. Can't all 3 of them go on it? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, so we will do the tiebreaker. I can't. I'm not that important. I can't make that kind of executive decision. All right. If you were going to go between Goodison Park and St James's Park, how many miles do you think it would be? What do you think, lads?
Wait, what's like?
How many miles between here and St James's Park where Newcastle play?
162.
162. Okay, we had some help. All right, Seb. What do you think, Seb?
163.
163. Very tactical. I like it. This is the best game of higher or lower we have ever had. I can say it's 175. Seb, well done. I've got a stadium tour for 2 people, but lads, I know you want to get inside, so there's your match day programme. Give them a round of applause. Well done, lads. And there you go, Seb. Inside there is your certificate for a stadium tour for 2 people. Whose place in the changing room do you want to have your photograph taken in? Who's your best player? Tarky's place. Brilliant. You enjoy that. Thanks so much for playing higher or lower. My goodness. I hope we're not in for that drama in the game tonight, because that was dramatic, higher or lower, but fantastic. Thanks to everyone who's been in the fan zone tonight. Thank you as well to everybody who welcomed that team bus in just to the right of me tonight. It was mega well done. I know everyone here is going to go in now and take their seat inside Goodison. Get behind the lads and give it everything you've got tonight, because they will really appreciate your backing. We will be back here in the fan zone for the Man City game, Sunday the 14th of May. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. If you're watching at home, thank you. Stay with Everton Live. Sarah's got more from pitch side, and we'll be back very soon. Take care. Come on, you Blues.
Thanks, Giulia. Countdown is well and truly on the way to kick off now. Not too long to go. Just going to run through those 2 starting 11s and subs for you. So starting, of course, with Everton in goal and captain. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 5, Michael Keane. 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 8, and returning to the side, Amadou Onana. Number 9, fantastic to see him back at Goodison Park, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Number 16, and back from his ban, Abdoulaye Doucouré. 17, and the hero in this fixture last year, Alexander Iwobi. Number 19, Vitaly Mikolenko. Number 22, Ben Godfrey. And number 27, Idrissa Gana Gay. Substitutes for Everton, Asmir Begovic, Nathan Patterson, Damari Gray, Yerry Mina, Neil Mopé, Tom Davis, Connor Cody, James Garner, and Ellison, for Newcastle, the visitors. Number 22, and in goal, Nick Pope. Number 2, Kieran Trippier. Number 4, Sven Botman. Number 5, Fabian Schär. 7, Joel Linton. Number 9, Callum Wilson. Number 13, Matt Targett. 24, Miguel Almiron. 28, Joseph Willock. 36, Sean Longstaff. And 39, Bruno Guimaraes. The substitutes for Newcastle, Martin Dubravka, Jamal Lascelles, Anthony Gordon, Matt Ritchie, Alexander Isak, Javier Manquillo, Jacob Murphy, Elliot Anderson, and Dan Burns. So those are your teams and your subs. In just a moment, we'll have Katia Snoyce joining us, the informed Everton striker. But first, let's see how they got on against Reading a few days ago.
Skip round the corner early from Emma Harries. Now an opportunity for Trollsgaard. Low-driven cross. It's defended well by Bjorn and McCandy. It's a lovely turn, could be something brewing. Shout for a penalty, and it is an early penalty. Lucy Hope continues to question the referee's decision. Get another look at it here. McCandy with a lovely ball in. It's a good turn. Wonderfully composed penalty. Beautifully tucked into the corner. Here the Reading bench who are beckoning their team forward. Finnegan's lost out to Trollsgaard. It's a lovely turn. Should be 2, and it is. And it's Justine van Havermaet again. Here is Lucy Hope for Everton, though. Squares it. Hannah Bennison. Game on. Brilliant run from Lucy Hope down the left-hand side. Cuts it back for Hannah Bennison, who tucks it into the corner. Very much back in this. It's a brilliant ball forward as well from Katja Snuis. Lucy Hope could quite easily have gone for goal herself. Instead picked out a teammate, and Hannah Bennison picked out the bottom corner. Bjorn. Messing with a little flick from Candy was in the way though. Lovely step from Jess Park. She's given a penalty. Lovely step first from Jess Park. It looked like the second tackle. Ryan Caldwell wins the ball. The first tackle looks more of a foul than the second one. Snowis from the spot. Brilliant penalty. Same end, same position as Justine van Havermaet's opener inside 90 seconds. Everton are level. Here's Galley. It's a lovely ball over the top for Sorensen. Bryson wanted a flag up, didn't get it. Sorensen still going. What a goal that is. Nicolene Sorensen with a piece of brilliance. They've been knocking on the door, they've come from 2 down, and a moment of magic from Nicolene Sorensen has Everton in front. Wonderful play from Everton. Patient build-up before, regain possession, and look at this. It's a delightful finish. Whips it into that far post. Really is a moment of magic from Nicolene Sorensen.
What a game that was, a 5-goal thriller, and I'm delighted to be joined by Katia Snuyss on the mark again in that game. Katia, 3 goals in 2 for you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, strong confidence, I would say.
Absolutely, and we've just seen there in the highlights, obviously, versus Reading. Bit of a disastrous start, really. We got a penalty that I think was very soft, don't think it was, and we found ourselves 2-0 down in the first 15. We went on to win that game 3-2. What does that say about the character within the group?
Well, I think especially after the Brighton game, where we might have been lacking a little bit in showing character, I think this game we showed, like, even if we were 2-0 behind, like, the game isn't finished and you got to fight until the end. And I think even the second half there, we show we can also fight but still play really good football and then win the game.
It was brilliant because it felt like, you know, the first goal was a brilliant team goal. Loved the ball from yourself to Lucy Hope, who was actually on the left, puts the ball into Hannah Bennison. We scored at a crucial time. And then second half, it felt like we were always going to go on to the win. What's the feeling like amongst the group this week after that win?
I think a bit mixed feelings. I think we were aware like we shouldn't make us itself like that difficult. But then finishing it strong and showing what we're capable of, like in the end, like gives you a lot of positive feelings to go on to. And I think it's a bit of a shame that we don't have a game this weekend to continue it and to keep building. But on the other hand, it maybe gives some players a bit rest to like be ready for Chelsea.
And that is our next game, Chelsea away. Not this weekend, the following weekend. It's a massive one. We're looking forward to that. But seeing as we're here at Goodison Park, got to talk to you about the Merseyside derby. 22,200 Everton fans packed this place out. How did it feel to be playing on this pitch behind you?
Oh, it was really special. Like I get the feeling again, just being here, standing so close to the field. But yeah, it was really special. And of course, like it wasn't the result we wanted and we've been hoping for. But just realizing how many Evertonians came to the stadium just to see us play and like support us was really amazing.
And you know yourself, Katia, not just here but at Walton Hall Park as well. We seem to talk always about the impact that the supporters have. They sing from the first minute to the last, and tonight, you know, you're here with your dad, you've both seen the coach welcome for the men tonight. What impact can the supporters make?
Yeah, I think evenings like this where the pressure is high and of course there's a lot like to play for, I think like Goodison full packed with all Evertonians can just give you an extra push in the back to like bring your spirits up and like do everything to get the 3 points to stay here.
That's what we need. We need everyone to fight for everything, every ball, every second ball, and just give it everything from 90 minutes. So like much like the performance that you gave against Reading. So under the lights, it was under the lights against Liverpool as well. Does that add a little bit extra as well, Katia?
Yeah, I think night games are always a bit more special. What you say, like it's just a different vibe. So yeah, I would say it gives you also like extra energy.
And just in terms of the season for Everton women, it's been one of huge progress. Obviously, there's no secret that it was a very challenging season for Everton women last season. But Brian Sorensen's come in with Stephen, yourself and many new players. And
everything just seems to be now, gelling. And are you excited for the process and going to next season as well?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like from the beginning of this season, we really had like a clear vision of how we wanted to play. And I felt like all the players were really agreeing with it as well. And I think that's really important. And I think maybe we had a period where it was a bit more difficult, like not getting the results we wanted, but still working on how we wanted to play. And I think like we have still games left where we should be able to like get results and play the good football we want. And then of course like build that on into next year. I think we can only like get better.
Definitely, so exciting. And of course, recent contracts as well. Meg Finnegan securing a future to the club. It's just been announced today, Lucy Hope as well. That must make everybody feel good to see that our best players are securing their future tying into the club.
Yeah, definitely. I think Meg and as well Lucy are like important players. They always perform consistent, bring good vibes, good energy to the team. So I think it's important that those kind of players resign, and you can you already know you can rely on them next season again.
Absolutely, and just 2 more games left at Walton Hall Park, home games. We want to encourage as many fans to get down as well, because like we were just talking about, makes all the difference. And we're coming towards that end of the season. Arsenal and Brighton left, and we want full sold out Walton Hall Park, don't we, to continue?
Yeah, we definitely want. So all come to Walton Hall Park to have our back. And I think the good part about our games is like we always try to interact with the fans as well. So try to get a picture with as much as possible or sign something. Yeah. So yeah, come and watch us.
Please do, and it is incredible just to see the adoration and the connection between the players and the fans. I just absolutely adore it. And adore you, Katja. You've been incredible this season. Thank you so much for your time, and I guess you and your dad hopefully enjoy the game.
Yeah, me too. Come on, Everton.
Yes, nice one, Kat. And now we hear from Ben Godfrey ahead of this one.
Ben, I presume you've just come in on what looked like a pretty lively team bus.
Yeah, the welcome from the fans was unbelievable, and we always really appreciate that. They're doing their bit, so now it's down to us to go out there and hopefully come away with 3 points.
Yeah, and I know the manager's talked about the two-way street. You need them, but they need you, don't they? They need you to give them something here at Goodison, and then maybe you can turn it into the fortress again.
Yeah, they're massively important for us. They can make it really difficult for the away team to come here when they're loud. But as you said, we've got to give them that platform to have something to sing about and shout about, and hopefully we can do that.
Now Newcastle, a team clearly in form and going for big things at the other end of the table, so it's a challenge for you and everybody else in blue tonight.
Yeah, you've got to relish them challenges. We know they're a good team. There's no hiding that, but we've got to concentrate on us. It's about what we do and what we can do, and we know we're capable of beating any team on our day. We'll try our best to do that tonight.
So that's Ben Godfrey's thoughts ahead of this one, fast approaching. Now let's hear from the manager, Sean Dyche.
Sean, I don't know I assume you came in on the team bus. It looked lively.
Yeah, it certainly was, yeah. The fans have been terrific since I got here. Not questioning what they were like before that, but certainly I can only say since I've got here, and they've been terrific. They've been outstanding, in fact, home and away.
Yeah, and I know in your programme notes you mentioned only against Fulham since you've got here, was it not what you wanted and the players didn't give you what you're looking for? So that has to change tonight, doesn't it?
Well, second half, we took control of it during the first half. We lost our way after they scored. Yeah, I mean, that mentality to find consistency throughout our performance, that's got to be clear-minded, and we've got to play with that edge throughout our performance, and especially against teams like this.
Yeah. 3 changes tonight, I guess 1 enforced and perhaps the other 2 are not surprises, but what are you looking for from that 11 tonight?
Yeah, we're more or less back to the side when I got here with Dom being fit, and I think that's a strong side, and we delivered a good performance against Arsenal. You can't guarantee that everywhere, but that's what we're looking to do. We want to replicate that style of performance with that energy, that commitment to the cause against a very good side in Newcastle. But the players are getting fitter, Duke comes out of suspension, squad gets stronger again.
Yeah, and 3, dare I say, athletes as well as footballers in the middle of the park. Will that be a key battle tonight? Newcastle are very full of running, aren't they, in the middle of the pitch?
Yeah, they've certainly shown that this season. In possession, out of possession. They've shown that they're willing, they've shown that they're running, but they're also some good players. So, yeah, I think we've got a good group here, and when we're fully fit, I think we get stronger, and we're certainly getting towards that with Dom particularly getting his second game tonight.
Well, there you have it. That's Sean Dyche. There's just been an almighty roar going on around the stadium as the lads head in. All that's left to say, is come on you Blues. This is a massive, massive game. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's make sure this place is absolutely bouncing. 3 more to go here. See you next time on Everton Live. Come on you Blues.